Hey everyone, my name is Mulder and welcome to the GameChron. Today we're looking at Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood, skills worth unlocking with your spirit points. Part 1. In this video, I'll go over what type of skills I've been unlocking for Cahal so far throughout my journey, and which ones I feel like you should really focus on buying with your spirit points, along with the fact of where you can go to reset your spirit points if you've already been investing some points so far. All that and more straight ahead. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. Now, as I just mentioned, you can reset all of your perks and skills if you visit Ethan and talk to him, allowing you to reset your skill points in the dialogue menu. This won't cost you anything, so feel free to experiment with these different types of skills as I mentioned them. Also keep in mind that I went over the starting skills that you should get at the beginning of this game under my 5 essential starting tips video, so feel free to check that video out as well. But to kick things off, let's talk about the tactical skill tree and what new skills I've unlocked. The first skill is Furtive Hunter 1, which with every single takedown you perform stealthily, you gain extra rage out of it, which definitely comes in handy if you prefer to take a stealth approach like I do in most of my missions. And the final skill we're going to talk about in the tactical skill tree is Release the Wolf 2, which now your rage meter gains 2 extra slots, which you will definitely need later on in this game once your enemies start to use the power of the worm against you. But now let's talk about the combat skill tree and what new skills I've unlocked in there. Starting things off with Frenzy. In Frenzy, I've unlocked the Weaver Surge, which every single time Frenzy is activated, I automatically start to regain health. This also goes great with the skill Taste for Flesh, which every time you're damaging an enemy in your Frenzy mode, you regain health as well. This is why it's always important to save your Frenzy ability until you're almost down to no health. Instead of just popping the ability the moment you get it, try to hang on to it throughout the rest of combat. You'll begin to notice, especially in the later missions, that heavily armored enemies tend to show up around the tail end of every single combat scenario. So instead of activating your Frenzy the moment you get it, hang on to it until the more heavily armored opponents show up. The next ability tree we're going to talk about is Heavy, which stands for your heavy stance for your werewolf form. And the first skill we're going to talk about is Strength of Will, which every time you're in your heavy stance, damage you receive is reduced, plus you get a little extra health. This also goes great with the skill Protection of Gaia, which slowly regens your health over time the moment you exit out of combat while still being in your heavy stance. You also get a little more health as well. Now let's move along to the Agile stance, where the first skill I've unlocked in this tree is Roar. Roar is great for crowd control whenever you're surrounded by multiple foes. When you roar, it automatically knocks enemies back, doing a little bit of damage and keeping them stunned for a few seconds. This comes in handy to whenever you need to grab an enemy and execute them in order to regain a little bit of your rage meter. The next is the Hunter's Haste, which while you're in your agile stance, you regen rage and fury with every successful hit on an enemy. You should try to combo this skill with the next one I'm about to talk about in this skill tree, which is Heart of Fury, which can definitely be a lifesaver since this ability, when your health is low, adds additional rage and fury, which can generate faster with more successful hits on your opponent, which is definitely a lifesaver since now you can reach your Frenzy mode even faster when your health is almost gone. And then finally, the last skill tree we're going to talk about is General. Now, we talked about regenerative metabolism in my past video, 5 essential starting tips, but the next skill you want to unlock that adds on to this one is Wild Strength, which every time you activate your healing ability, it activates similar to Roar, to where it will brush enemies away from you when you're surrounded. This gives you a chance to either get away from danger in order to regain even more health, or grab an enemy and execute them to gain some more rage back. And then finally, the last skill I recommend you unlock within this tree is Silver Purge, which now you can start to heal after getting hit with silver bullets. This skill is definitely a lifesaver, especially in the higher difficulty settings. But definitely feel free to mix and match these different type of skills, and I'll definitely be doing another video on the final skills I've unlocked in this game very soon. But as you continue to battle the supernatural forces by checking out more content on that game here on the channel or surfing across the web, make sure you're protecting your personal information, be it on your computer or mobile device. And that's where NordVPN comes in. NordVPN can protect your personal information no matter where you surf the web in the world, be it the United States, Europe, Africa, Japan, Australia, you name it. NordVPN is there to protect you from all manner of threats, such as werewolves, vampires, supernatural beings, but the worst of the worst, hackers. Millions of people lose their personal information and data every single year. Don't be one of them. If you're interested in trying out NordVPN, check out the link in the description below. Make sure when you visit their site, you use the coupon code MulderGameChron to get yourself and your loved ones a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month for a huge discount. Believe it or not, no matter where you surf on the web, be it on your phone, computer, coffee shop, hotel room, or even in your home, there's always threats around you on the web that can steal your information. But with NordVPN, it can help put you at ease. So give it a try and surf the web knowing you're protected. But for now, that's it for our Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood Skills Worth Unlocking with Your Spirit Points, Part 1. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. I got a couple more videos planned for Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood, but I'm also getting ready to do our next game, which is Outriders, which will be dropping a demo on that game very soon at the end of this month, in which case I'll be doing my preview and thoughts video right after I play that demo. So be sure to stick around. We got more RPG content coming out later this year, but until then, my name is Mulder, and I'll see you next time in the GameChron.